Hey everybody, welcome back to Prove Your Point. This is episode 57, recorded on Thursday, October 30th, 2014 at approximately 8:08. That ain't the right time. 8:04 p.m. Central Standard Time. I am your host this evening, Larry, aka Blue Man Rule. This is a solo joint, so I was gonna be joined by Sean, aka Ziontane of the OMG Nexus, OMG Hour and Gamers Unscripted. However, they had a show conflict. They had to push the show back, and it kind of coincided in this show. So no worries. We'll hope to get you on. Get him on soon, so you can check him out. He's the newest edition of Open Forum Radio. Well, one of the newer additions to Open Forum Radio, and just wanted to get you all on and introduce you to him. Nevertheless, this is top of mind. That's just stuff I've been thinking about this week, just a little crazy stuff. So, that being said, Prove Your Point is brought to you by Open Forum Radio, Blue Man Rule, Ace Black, Debate. Let's go. It's time to commence the great debate between prosecution and defense. It's like yang and yin, but only one can win. So without further ado, yo, it's time to begin. Prove Your Point is brought to you by Blue Man Rule, assisted by Ace Black. Man, that boy's a fool, armed with knowledge and just a microphone is my tools. And to the listeners, let me just lay down the rules. Both sides get opening, counter, and closing remarks. All the while, with a smile and a partial judge watches the sparks. But there is a time limit. Each section is 2 minutes. Time to find out who will win it. Come on. Let's get it. Let's get it going. So I want to share this with you because I feel like this is important to share with you. And first off, the commuter. I guess it's LB or pound commuter or IB commuter. Nonetheless, they issued an article this week, and it may be kind of hard for you to see. I'll try my best to zoom in a little bit, but talking about the average gamer. There was some research done, and we've been talking about that. And I know you guys wonder, was this supposed to be a debate show? Why do you talk about games a lot? Because it's kind of part of who I am. And they say it's a shift in video game demographics, but honestly, I don't believe it's shifted so much. It's only shifted because it grew up with us, right? And with us, I mean the people who are a little older, kind of in this range right here. So according to the research, as you can see, the average age of game players is broken down in this particular graphic. Okay, 29% are under 18 years. The 18 to 35-year-olds can make up or constitute 32% of the video game market, and that's where I sit. I'm in that 32%. But believe it or not, 39%, almost 40% of gamers are 36 years or older. That's kind of when games were introduced. It's gone back a while, and so you have to keep it in mind. We grew up playing games matured with us and try to kind of move along. Now, of those percentages, there's the average is 52% are male, 48% female. So no longer does this graphic of the guy in the folks' basement with the dirty room, no longer does that apply, because approximately half the time you might be talking to a female, or you may be playing with a female. And also, more than about 73% of the time, you're going to be playing with someone who's over 18. So that still doesn't explain why Xbox Live still has all the ignorance on it that it has. But then again, I don't think anything really can. So I just found that really interesting. A lot of people make much ado about the influence of video games on kids. And as you can see, based on the statistics, only 29% were under 18 years of age. And in this country, if you're 17 generally or 18, you're not counted as a kid anymore. So kind of depending on within which conversation you're referring to age. But even still, less than 30% of the entire gaming demographic is younger than 18, or can even be close to considered a kid. So that plays into multiple things. That plays into the advertising and the marketing. That plays into the demographics. That plays into should play into development, who they're speaking to. That's why games like The Last of Us hit so hard. That's why games like Bioshock Infinite hit so hard and actually get discussed about in length, not in brevity, but with gravity and in length, because they're appealing to a more mature, quote unquote, hopefully more mature, definitely though an older person. So those things are just really, really cool. What's not cool is I saw this. Henry Knox, I call the guy, he's OFR's king of knowledge, but he sent this article that someone was actually trying to petition Microsoft to ask them stop bribing game reviewers to get good scores. Now, this came from Sunset Overdrive getting just heaped with tons of very good scores, review scores. And I have the game. I own the game. I think it's well deserved. It's a very good game. And they make the case that within the petition, and I read it, but they make the case that Titanfall and then Forza, now Sunset Overdrive, and it's just, this change.org is actually supposed to be used in order to petition for change that makes a difference. This makes no difference, hence the low number of 2 supporters. This makes no difference in the overall scheme of things, right? This is entertainment, man. It's all it is. And people are upset, and just this entire petition is symbolic and representative of the ire and the hatred and everything else that has kind of permeated and infested just the game community as of late. And man, I'm telling you, it's really wearing thin on your boy. I mean, it is absolutely wearing thin on your boy. I wish I knew what to say when it comes down to, well, how do you stop people from constantly crying, because it's their right to cry. Yeah, but at some point we have to stop listening, right? Like at some point we just have to shut it off and put that volume on mute. Sometimes we got to do it. And but I just look at it as like, it's an entertainment medium. Like if you're not entertained, then go find something else to do. That's the way I look at it. That's the way I've always looked at it. That's the way I think I'll continue to look at it. And so one thing I wanted to get into is that I downloaded and played last week the Legend of Korra by Platinum Games. Downloadable title. It's made after the show, which is actually, I enjoy the show. It's a really good show. And I'll tell you, it's a Platinum game through and through. The combat is fun. You start off with, it's a Metroid type deal. Korra starts off, she plays. You play with all of her powers. Then she loses all the 4 elements, and she has to gain them back throughout the game. The game moves really fast. As I mentioned, it was just $15. It was a quick download, but it is solid. Like, it's the combat system is solid. The voice actors are the voice actors that are actually in the show, and the writers from the show. It actually takes place in between the season 2 and season 3. Takes place in between those 2 seasons. And the art looks just like the show. It's great. It's just like a smaller Naruto Shippuden game, and it's $15. I think it took me 2.5, 3 hours to finish, but it's worth it, man. It's nice. You know, it has leaderboards. You can go back to it. You can unlock different costumes and continue to upgrade her abilities and things like that. So I like the game. Legend of Korra, Nickelodeon Games. It's good. If you like that type of melee combat action, which you all know I am a huge fan of, then I would recommend the game. I really would. It's solid. It's solid. So yeah, don't let the $15 price tag fool you. It's downloadable only. Don't let that sway you. If you have the $15 to spare it, or just wait till Black Friday. I'm pretty sure Microsoft will throw some digital sales out there. Should be nice. One thing is that I'm a little disappointed that PAX is not a work trip. They did not allow me in as media, which is strange. But since I've been doing this for 5 years and have over 300 episodes under my belt, everything all counting, all combined, but that means I get to be there with the community. So that's the main reason I was going to PAX South anyway. It's my first time ever being able to meet up with Meef J and AZ Rockslide and Elaine from Some Other Castle, and possibly Leah and Fadios. It'll be the first time I meet my dude Fadios. I've known this guy for 7 years. First time actually physically sitting down in a room. and just disagreeing with the guy, but really just fellowshipping with him. He's a good dude, and man, hopefully we'll get. And I know Knox is coming down, and Timo has talked about coming down. Will is going to be there, and from the Geeks for the Win, and it's just gonna be a lot of fun. And I believe a couple of other people are gonna be there. It's gonna be massive, and I'm trying to coordinate hotel rooms, and I'm trying to coordinate once we get there, of course, food. The Saturday passes are sold out, so I'll just be there on Friday. And to work it out because I leave on Sunday. So I'll be there Thursday evening, ready and fired up to go on Friday. Get there, get to the show floor, try to get as much video in as I can, see stuff, talk to folks, distribute around the card. So next year the media badge will be a legit deal. But Saturday is just really just when everybody gets back from Paxton. I'm gonna set up everything. We're gonna coordinate. We're gonna have a good time, man, and hopefully we can all sit down and podcast. That's gonna be the one thing that I found that from PAX East 2011 that's an experience you want to put down on tape somewhere. So I'm looking forward to that. So there'll be more updates soon when we get hotels and everything. I have a hotel now, but I'm going to change once I figure out once we all can kind of get in the same building. That's the goal, because I want to probably use a conference room within the hotel to actually do the big podcast, because one person's hotel room isn't going to cut it anymore. Yeah, we were way too rowdy. Thankfully, everyone around us was gone, so we didn't get any complaints. But so we're gonna hook that up. So I really want to do that. And then finally, I asked this when I was sitting down streaming with not the Merry Gamers, but Everyday Gamers. They were doing a Twitch event, Extra Life event, and we were playing Grid 2 on PC. And I posed a question, and I posed it to you guys. So what games from all the way back from 2007 to now, so from last generation and through now, what games would you take back to your childhood and play with your friends? Now, I thought about it for a minute, but I didn't really have to go very far. I said, and I still hold, Injustice: Gods Among Us is pretty awesome. I grew up a pretty big comic fan. Not as much DC, but huge Batman fan though. I mean, and huge Wonder Woman fan because, Linda Carter. Do I really need to go much further than that? But yeah. So I would take that back as a kid, man. I know just getting down, seeing Batman, Batgirl, seeing all those characters, man. Just that would be awesome. Sitting down, just playing, passing the stick, talking trash would be so awesome. That'd be so great. That would be so great. Another game that would be pretty cool though would be Marvel Ultimate Alliance, like the series, 1 and 2. 1 was really, really great. Like I said, I enjoyed 2. The older I get, the more I appreciate 2. But 1 was just really something special. But both of them, either one of them, would just blow my mind at the time. Just like, wow, really? Like, look at this. This is cool. I get to play with my favorite characters. They're voiced. They have this nice storyline. The combat is awesome. Like that would have been great. So I want you guys to hit me up and tell me what you think. What games from this gen and last gen would you take back and play with your friends? We were huge sports fans back in the day too, and I guess maybe this year's Madden, I haven't played it. I'll take that back and play the demo. But maybe that for as far as the sports go. 2K though, for sure, because we're basketball and football gamers, and man, 2K for sure would have to go back and we'd have to play that, because if I could see what Isaiah Thomas and Bill Laimbeer and Dennis Rodman and Joe Dumars look like if they look like the way James Harden looks with the beard now back then, oh man, that'd have been something else. And how big Patrick Ewing and craziness. But yeah, that's really about it. I just want to sit down and give you guys a little quick show, just things that are running off the top of my mind here. But I'll do some real quick shout outs. Just the listening countries, the countries that listen to Prove Your Point. China, Saudi Arabia, Canada, Germany, the United Kingdom, Japan, France, and the Ukraine. Thanks for listening, man. I really appreciate it. I don't know why you're out there, but God be with you. I appreciate you downloading it, listening to it, and maybe watching it. So thank you so much. Shout outs to RoboPig at Good for Gaming. He was on I believe he was on the latest Everyday Gamers. And that was a good show. That's good. And he's a really, really good person. Always make sure to mention everyone's shout out. So hopefully he'll get everyone's shout outs on here. And I mentioned Everyday Gamers a couple of times, but for real, like, this needs to be acknowledged. These folks raised over $3,000 for Extra Life, man. Kudos. That is honorable. That is fantastic. I have 10. I have $10. So that is a feat in my eyes. So congratulations. You guys really, really worked, really, really pushed, and are really giving back to children's hospitals in your area that really help. Right now, I believe it's 5.4 million overall with Extra Life. We have a makeup weekend next weekend, which, if you're interested, you might want to check out Elaine from some other casting. She will be live streaming. So check her out. She's gonna do that. And is that dude Chosen that's in jumped up there? Chosen then jumped up. But you got anything to say, Chosen, or you good? I think he accidentally jumped up in here. Oh, there he is.
What's going on, dude?
What's going on, player? You got a shirt on?
I fooled you, didn't
I? That's all good, man. That's all good, man. But yeah, I was just wrapping up, man. I was just out here just yapping. But since you're here, let me ask you, man. Did you? Let me ask you two things. Did you participate in Extra Life this past weekend?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, we played some Destiny. We were in a couple of raids.
Okay.
But yeah, it's pretty much.
Okay. All right, and everybody, if you don't know, this is Mario, aka Chosen 78, aka the Shirtless Bandit. Like, this is him. This is the dude. This is the guy. So you still having fun out there in that Destiny, man?
Yeah, man. I'm having fun. It's a lot of games we're playing right now. I'm gearing up to play this Evolve. Hopefully with you guys pretty soon. And
yeah,
the Master Chief Collection. So yeah, man. So far we're gonna be busy with these game nights pretty soon.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Like, I'm about to jump out there on that Evolve as soon as I get done here, because I told Ace I'll be out there when I'm done with this. But let me ask you a question, man. And I posed it to the gamers on Everyday Gamers, man. Now listen, if what games from going back to 2007, start of the the 360, you can say 2006, start of the Wii, 360, PS3 generation, all the way to now, what games would you take back to your childhood and play? Like, what games would you think would be awesome? And so, before you answer, I tell you, for instance, mine are Injustice, Gods Among Us, because back in the day, I was a huge comic fan. And so, sitting down and being able to play with all of those fighters, man, like that, and talk trash and pass the stick, fantastic. And then Marvel Ultimate Alliance, like the whole series. So, those are mine. So, what games would you like to take back and play with your friends?
Games I like to take back basically be Bayonetta 1. I really think it's a good 3D platformer game. And I think it crosses a lot of genres. Another game I like to take back is you already said Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Those are good games.
Yeah, that Bayonetta is a good shot. That's a good choice, though, because especially for me, that'd be fantastic. That would have hit all of my interests, because I was a Sega kid. I had like every Sega console except the Saturn. So that would have just hit everything, because you had the Afterburner level, dog. You had like what appeared to feel like Outrun for a minute. It was just, it was nuts. And the homages to all the Sega games, like Space Harrier and everything. Oh man, like. That would have just blew my mind. I would have been like, because when I played it when the game released, I was just over there squealing. I was like, ooh, because I was just so hyped. So yeah, those are good ones, man. So you got any more?
Yeah, man. I mean, I would let's see, 2000. I would say I like the new DMC.
Yeah, man, I love that.
I like the new Devil May Cry. I'm a big fan of that. I like what Ninja Theory did with that. So
yeah,
that's something else I would take to that too.
For sure. Yeah, that's a fantastic game, man. I got a little run of that in on during Extra Life, which is still on my PC because I had to start recording locally for a while, but I haven't had a chance to upload those. But I have a little bit of time of that from my PC play, and man, that game is awesome. And even on the PC, it looks fun. It looks phenomenal on PC, like absolutely great. So yeah, it's great. Yeah, DMC is that entire genre, man. Starting with the original Devil May Cry, and a lot of people think God of War came first, but God of War dropped 4 years later. And so people forget that DMC created that genre really for me, and it's just been awesome ever since, man. So all right, well, you got any topics? Because you always bring up good topics when we talking in game night and stuff, dog. You got anything you want to discuss, or you good? Were you just wanting to just lounge and watch?
Nah, brother, I'm just really just trying to give some, support to OFR, man. I'm just hearing you doing your thing.
I appreciate it.
I'm doing the thing on the Destiny, so.
Yeah, I see you, man. That's good. That's what's good. Well, cool, man. Well, you got any shout outs? Because I'm about to get up out of here, man. I'm pretty much done, man. So you got anybody you want to shout out?
Oh, man, just shout out to you guys, man. Shout out to OFR. It's about to be a busy gaming season, and looking forward to playing with you guys, having some long game nights,
For sure.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Just shout out to you guys.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, man. And speaking of which, Ace said he's gonna do a Sunset Overdrive game night. I believe it's gonna start at midnight Eastern time on Friday. So tomorrow. I know it's Halloween, and I know people are trick or treating, but you ain't gonna be trick or treating till midnight with your kids. I know if you got kids, you ain't gonna be doing it. So if you're listening or you're watching and you want to get out there and check it out, please do so. We will be out there gaming pretty much most of the evening. So everybody, thanks for listening / watching Prove Your Point 57. I'm Larry, aka Blue Man Rule, and with the featured guest of Mario, aka Chosen 78, aka the Shirtless Bandit. Thanks for listening. Check out Open Forum Radio for everything else that we offer, and stay open. Joe. All right, Chosen. I'm about to hang up, man. But you'll see me out there if you're playing that Evolve Alpha, man. I'll be out there.
All right, man. I'll see you on tonight.
For sure. Peace out. Thanks for joining, man.
All right.